Okay, good morning and welcome to Mishna Yomi. Today we're learning Maseches Terumos Perikei Mishnah Dalet. And hey, Mishnah Dalet says Sa Truma Tmeya Shnafa Lemeya Sa Truma Tahora. We've been talking now about Chulin and Truma, whether the Truma is Tahora, the Truma is Tahora, or the Truma is Tmeya, or the Chulin is Tmeya. Now we have 100 to 1 ratio, but the Truma falling in is Tmeya, and the surrounding Truma is Tahora. Now, obviously, all of this can only be given to the Kohen, but to what extent do we assume that the whole thing is Tameh, and the Kohen can't eat it? It can only use it to fuel for his stove, or he could actually eat it. Do we assume that it's Batal 100 to 1? Beis Shammai Osrim. Beis Shammai says it's all Tameh. Beis Hillel Matirim. I want to say also that if a Kohen eats Truma Tmeya, it's only an Isser Essay, because the Torah says, Lecha, it's to you, right? It's to you to heat under your furnace, but to eat it is it Koach an Isser Essay. It's implied from a mitzvah's essay, Isra essay. It's only Isra essay. It's not karetz and misi b'dei shemayim. Beis Hillel Matir. Beis Hillel says you're allowed to take one out and assume that's the tamei one, and the rest of the kohen could eat. Amru Beis Hillel Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel says Beis Shammai. Hol Torah asur lezarim utzmei asur lekohanim. Right, Torah is asur to Truma Tahora is asur to Yisraelim, and Truma Tahora is asur to Kohanim. Ma Tahora ola af tmei atala. Just like Tahora. Right, when you have 100 to 1, right, 100 chulin and 1 truma tahora, right, you take off one, that truma is the truma, and the rest is mutter of the person. After tmeya. So when you have 100 to 1, but they're both truma, one's tmeya, and the rest is tahora. So we should assume you take off what you took off is the tmeya, and the rest the kohen could eat. The tahora, he could eat it. No, it's he learns. We're gonna explain this more in Mishna. He explains. It's like bittul. It's like bittul barov, right? The chulin, they're able to mavatel. Chulin akalan mutar lezarim. Chulin is mutar to everybody. It's mavatel the tahora tala truma chamura asur lezarim is atmeya, but truma doesn't have the koach. Truma is asur to a lot of people. It's asur to zarim. How does that have the koach to mavatel the tmeya? Lachar shahodu, after Beis Shammai apparently reversed the decision and admitted to Beis Hillel, and the Rav explains why, because. Truma tahora is the misa b'dei shemayim. It's al zarim, right? Truma tahora, it's a worse punishment of Yisrael eats it. He gets misa b'dei shemayim. Tmeya is less severe. Tmeya is less severe in the fact that you only, as I mentioned before, you only get an isra essay if a kohen were to eat it. So therefore, even Beis Shammai would admit that it gets batel. Lachshahodu lezer omer terum desarif. What do you do with this? With this truma, so Beis Hillel says you take it out and you assume that's truma tmeya. So he says you should take it out, it's tmeya, and you should burn it. If abda b'miyuta, they say no. He says you don't even have to take it out. It's an interesting psach halacha that it's actually batel. Even though normally we assume dimua or 100 to 1 is batel. Here, and you have to take it out. You have to take out the dimua. You have to take out the truma and give it to the kohen. Here, it's all batel. The tmeya is batel, and you can eat everything. You don't have to worry about any of it being tameh. Hey, saw truma shnafel lemeya. Right, a measurement of truma that fell into 100 parts truma. Higbiya v'nafel l'makom acher. 100 chulin. I'm sorry. Higbiya v'nafel l'makom acher. You took out that one part and it fell into another mixture. Lezer omer midamas k'shrumas v'adai. Lezer says no. Whatever you took out, we assume, like we said, braver Lezer holds. What you took out is considered truma. So therefore, you need another 100. When it falls into something else, you need 100 to mavatal it. Like we mentioned before, the Chum Svar is not because of Breira. We assume it's all one mass, and when you have 100 to 1, so therefore you're just separating. It could be in any one. You're separating whatever you separated has a chance of 1/100th of truma. So therefore, basically, when it falls into something else, you just need one more measurement to make it 100. Well, it's one. Well, you wouldn't need anything really. If you chesh, we have to determine how much truma is in there and how much not. But if it's chulin, it's mutter right away. We don't assume that it's truma, even if it's less than 100 parts. We assume it's mutter. The whole thing is mutter. That would be the conclusion of today's shir. See you in a Mishna. Discuss more Mishna Dalet.